When considering wealth accumulation, of course, you will achieve a better outcome if you can do that wealth accumulation tax efficiently. Minimize legitimately, of course, the tax leakage. Now, how do you do that? Well, of course, using the so-called tax no-brainers, so-called by me, that are available to you to get some tax relief at the front end if you can, for example, by investing in through pension arrangements. To get tax relief along the way on the underlying investments, on the capital growth and the income through pensions and ISAs, of course, and to minimise tax when you eventually take the money out. And if it can be inheritance tax effective, so much the better. So using pensions and ISAs, not all of them incorporate all of those tax benefits, pensions more than ISAs, of course, but they are clearly the wrappers to look at first. We all know that when you have money to invest, depending on what you want from that money and when you want to take it. Beyond that, tax efficiency can be got through venture capital trusts and enterprise investment schemes with some added risk, of course, and some maybe reduced liquidity. But beyond that, is there any scope to deliver any more alpha in the accumulation process, any more improved return through tax saving and tax efficiency? Yes, of course there is. Remember the dividend allowance, even more important now that the rate of tax on dividends will be increasing from April 2022 by another 1.25%. So if you can minimize the tax or even avoid legitimately the tax on dividends, so much the better. ISAs, pensions, looking great again, but what else? How about that dividend allowance? Okay, it's not at the level that it was when it was first introduced at £5,000, but it is still £2,000, and that could equate to a 3% yield, a £60,000 investment, which would generate you a tax-free dividend, and properly managed in a collective investment fund, for example, a unit trust, an open-ended investment company. You'd get those tax-free dividends and properly managed, potentially also capital gains, tax-free within the annual exemption, as I said, through proper management. But what else beyond that? How about if you've got money beyond pensions, beyond the ISA limits, beyond your appetite for VCT and EIS, and beyond an investment that will generate tax-free incomes through your collective investment? What then? What could you do then? What else? There's nothing else, is there? Well, I think it's time to think again about the potential at that point in your investment trajectory of investment bonds for the tax sheltering that they give you and the potential tax efficiency when you remove funds from them. I'm going to be looking at and reminding you of the tax efficiency of investment bonds once you've considered those even more tax efficient investments, wrappers, pensions, ISAs, VCT, EIS, and even collective investments up to the dividend allowance and the CGT exemption in a couple of future videos. But let's not forget the potential power of the investment bond, UK or international, depending on your circumstances.